What the president was referring to is the SAVE Act. It provides very common sense measures for voting in our country, such as voter ID. I don't think any rational person who's being honest with themselves would disagree with the idea of requiring citizens of this country to present an ID before casting a ballot in a federal election, or frankly in any election.
Oh, stuff it, you skank. Never have I ever had to show ID at a polling place, ever. And I've voted in like 20 elections since 1986. I showed my ID when I registered at the same time that I affirmed my U.S. citizenship under threat of a fine and/or jail time and/or deportation if I lied about it, but I've never had to show ID at a polling place. In fact, I was an election worker in 2024, and we were specifically trained not to ask anyone for ID unless the check-in system told us to. Trust me, it wasn't needed. If you have any doubt about that, I suggest going through election worker training in a state that doesn't require ID, and you'll be like, oh, that's why it's not required. Also, I've only lived in states that want secure voting to be as easy as possible to encourage voter turnout, as opposed to a state that tries to suppress voter turnout through shady methods like voter ID, which is essentially a poll tax, and poll taxes were outlawed in 1964. And just to be clear, states that require ID have just as much voter fraud as states that don't require voter ID. Zero fraud. If you actually believe that there's widespread voter fraud in this country, then you need to turn off the fucking Fox News, because you're in a cult. Speaking of which, where the hell are IDs not required? I've always had to provide my driver's license. Well, Cletus, over 125 million people live in states where ID isn't required at the polling place, you dumb shit. For example, this giant blue state, and this giant blue state, and this ice-invaded blue state that has the highest voter turnout levels in the nation. No wonder this bitch hates Minnesota. Hey, wait a second. I was born in California, I was raised in Minnesota, and now I live in New York. Is this all because of me? Oh, that's crazy. Only a complete psychopath would think that everything is about them.